Okay, so here we are in the Auto Move plugin. Let's walk through how to create a new path. So if you want to create a new path, you hit the key for Start Recording. That is currently F1, but can be configured to anything else. So I'm going to hit that, and it's going to ask me for a name for this path. The name is important because that's how you're going to recall the path when you want to apply it to a Mini. At the moment, this plugin is not yet CCM compatible, so you apply the paths by typing the name. Eventually, there will be a CCM version where you'll be able to pick the paths from the CCM menu. So I'm going to call this Patrol 3. Okay, and now we get a message up there saying that we started recording Patrol 3 and that the first step is recorded. That's the starting position. And now I can use the arrow keys or the mouse or whatever to move. I'm moving right now by tile spaces, but you don't need to. You can turn snap to grid off and do much smaller or larger movements. That's totally up to you. So I'm going to move up the stairs, and then I'm going to hit the record step button. By default, that's F2, again, reprogrammable. So that is going to tell me that I've recorded the next step. I think F2 has some functionality in core Talespire, so it shifted my view a little bit, but not a problem. I'm going to take another step, and I'm going to hit the record button. So it says now step 3 was recorded. I'm going to continue to do that. There's one important note. When the Mini is still moving, don't hit your record button because it will literally record the position when you pressed it. So if you're in mid-leap and you hit the record button, it's going to remember the mid-leap position. So I'm going to continue to do that. F2, F2. We're going to go up to the window here. F2. Now, if at any point I've made a mistake and I want to go back, you can hit the F3 button. That is the delete last step. Again, reconfigurable. And you can see, right now rename creature pops up from another plugin, but you can see that it gave me a message that the last step was deleted, and it moved me back to where I was on the previous step. I did want to go that way actually, so I will just redo that. Coming down the stairs. And now again, ideally I want to come back to the starting position. So I'm going to go there and there. Now, once I have my path done and complete, I hit the end recording button, by default F4, and that adds that. You can see we had a message there that said Patrol 3 was added, had 19 steps. So now this path has been added to the available paths right away, but it has also saved it to the paths configuration file so that when we load a board, it's going to remember that path. When the plugin first loads for the very first time when you add it, you won't have that path configuration file, but as soon as you create a path, it's going to create that file for you. By default, it's going to put it into the plugins, the custom data subfolder of the plugins folder, but you can move that to any other location if you want at a later point. So yeah, now our path is defined. So now, again, I can apply it. I can do that by selecting the Mini and then hitting the apply key. In this particular case, that the default is insert, but can be reconfigured. And as I alluded earlier, it's going to ask me for the name. If you type in a name that doesn't exist, or like if you type in a name that doesn't correspond to a created path, it'll tell you that it can't find that. And otherwise, when you hit add, there we go. There's our mini running off. And you can see it's going to the window, so it is the latest version that we just created. And there you go. So that's how you make a a new path and apply it to a mini. If I want to remove it, all I have to do is select the mini. That might be tricky if it's moving, but once the mini is selected, I can hit the remove path button, which by default is delete. And when I hit that, it tells me that the path has been removed, and you can see that the mini has stopped moving. I could reapply that right now. And it's going to re-add it. Now, the important thing to keep in mind is these paths really don't care about obstacles in the way. So you can see right now, we've created a path that goes around or goes through the doorways here of this lookout, and we can see that we're stepping into the windows, and you know we're basically matching the layout here. But I can, if I remove that path, and now let's say I'm going to start over here instead. So now everything is going to end up shifted because again our the paths are all relative to your starting position. So they're not absolute positions. That means you can use them somewhere else in a different city, but they are relative to the starting position. So if I do that now here, we're going to see that the mini is going to kind of walk right through that wall or jump over the wall. Yeah. And now it's going to go over down to the bottom and fall out of this lovely hideout and then jump back up. So again, you know, you've got to make sure that your paths match the layout around them. The plugin isn't smart enough to detect those and walk around obstacles. It's just purely playing back what you recorded from wherever you activate the path. Okay, and that's about it. I know these videos don't have great production quality, but they do have a lot of useful information. So please appease the YouTube algorithm goddess by casting the subscribe spell and then blasting your Eldritch Blast at the like button. It'll really help me out.